Hey guys, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching doing the trade review for Friday on ES, which was the 18th. And so 4:55 in the afternoon, Sunday evening. And I actually had a failure of the white zone. It's a pretty rare event, but for those of you who've been following me, I pretty much show, we had success here, we had success here. And as I've mentioned many, many times, I'm not a guru. I'm not a perfect trader. I take losses, and I want to show what that looks like when I do take losses and when I get out of sequence. Really important, right? So there's a couple of things that I try to share in the room. Number one thing is you should not be losing money consistently if you're day trading, right? Drawdowns are acceptable, consistent losses are not. Number one rule is don't blow up. Number two rule is do not take significant drawdowns in your account. It's not necessary, right? In my job of moving people as a coach, moving them from boom bust traders or losing traders to consistently profitable traders, my biggest challenge is teaching people to take their trades in sequence and viewing losses as part of the process, right? If I'm going to let's say my win rate is 70%, and I know that there's 30 randomly distributed losses throughout there, right? And I know that I don't have the ability to really cherry pick. Every once in a while I can see, hey, I'm not going to take it, but the majority of the time, if I guess 10 times whether a zone's going to work or not, I'm wrong. And most of the time, since my odds on my zones are above 70%, when I'm wrong, right, or when I'm guessing and I'm choosing not to take the zone, I'm going to end up costing myself profits, and I know that. So I do everything in my power to follow process, and the reason why I want to show it is not only did I take a loss, but I stopped following process on Friday and gave up a profit as well. So I want to show that real quick. So this is all from the market preview when we came in. I want to kind of fast forward through that. I was kind of going through just setting up the day for the members, and you can see we're right close to the open here, and we finally open. Okay, and so I want to show you something. When we open, let's play and let's advance. There you go. So when we open here, you can see I'm waiting for that 24, 25, 50. Now remember, off the top of the white zone. So when I say the white zone did work and didn't work, right? So a couple things. I did not grab it technically the first time in. I was having issues with one of my trading domes.
I've been hitting cancel also. I don't know if they're there or either that or do it on your phone.
And as we advance here, we're going to see it pushes right in, right down to Globex low at 24, 24 and a quarter, right? And you can see from 24, 25, 50, we're going to bounce.
I only got a partial fill. My other account was down. I couldn't get it in there. Just FYI.
Off the top of the zone. And I can tell you, I did not actually get my long the first time there. I was expecting they'd come back and hit me.
Very stressful.
My plan was for the market to push to the upside. Okay, so bottom line is I didn't get filled. I had nothing to do on NQ. I was looking for a fill at 24.71.
NQ still holding above Thursday's low. Keep that in mind.
For a push first time into 57.71, I wanted to be long. That was the third disappointment on the day. And I think it's really important to understand, if you're going to choose to trade in the first half hour, which I do, you have to accept the stops that come with it. The market will sweep through, and I'm going to push this through so you can see here when I advance it through. Okay, so see how it finally sweeps, pushes back. My stop's 2 points behind that zone at 23.21 and a quarter.
Notice NQ is not below Thursday's low yet.
Additionally, the green zone that's sitting there, that is a place I do expect a pause in the market, but I consider them green zones. The win rate is below 60% on the green zones, so I do not.
ES is, NQ is not.
My win rate, and all of this stacks up as important psychologically.
NQ backside test the opening
print. I want to mention one thing I forgot earlier. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and importantly, this is for educational purposes only. I'm sharing.
Yeah, I'm not shorting the backside of this white zone.
Please do not.
I got a feeling that was a panic early on. Ticks improving constantly through here.
Your livelihood depends on your ability to understand what you're doing and what risk you're comfortable with. So understand, at this point I've taken a loss from the top of the white zone. I'm down 4 points. Now my plan would normally call for, if that white zone gets broken and I take a stop, for taking the backside test, except, I'm expecting to push up on Friday. That's what you normally get the day after trend day down. I'm looking to get positioned long. Okay, so as we advance through here, I choose not to take the white zone. And there's two things that are going on in here. Not only do I think it's going to go up, but I'm also thinking, well, and anyone else would think, right? Well, it'd be like, geez, I just took a 4 point stop. If I take another 4 point stop, I'm done for the day, because that's my maximum loss, is 2 stops back to back, right? So I've chosen I've chosen not to take the trade, and I'm going to show you where this bites me. So if you'll see as we advance just a little bit through here, we push to the back of the white zone here, right? And then you can see it advance down.
Sorry, I've been focusing on the trade. I haven't been looking at the conversation box.
Before I lost, I could have gotten a 20-point refund.
Yeah, of course it's key
right out of the gate.
In that area, but it just failed. And it's the white zone, so I don't have anything here to
simply wrote down
lean against. You know, and I don't want to.
Process of the day was that we were going to.
I would have rather it popped up in the morning instead of just pushed straight down, but
my thinking was
we're getting a panic instead, so now I got to wait till it sets up with tick divergence or something like that before I just take the trade. So I did scalp this morning and I did get smoked. So and I took the white zone too, so I am down today. I can tell you that.
Once we'd gotten to
it's rare, but I am.
Right, and I was also dealing with the disappointment. So remember, one of the things. Let me go back here and pause for a second while this is going through the process. Part of what makes day trading difficult is you are processing an awful lot of emotion, an awful lot of data, and an awful lot of strategy in very brief packets of time, right? If you're going to make a mistake, make the mistake of slowing your process down instead of speeding it up and taking a bunch of losses, right? So understand, I'm disappointed that I got stopped, even though it's acceptable within my process and it's a massively winning week. I hate that I got stopped first thing in the morning.
I'm just going to have to be patient with it.
Now I'm dealing with the disappointment of I could have recovered 2 points, right, in my trade, and instead.
Notice NQ went to new low and ES is back within the balance.
Flat for the day, and I'm still
5 minutes. Do we have econ?
I'm
way too aggressive this morning.
It's absolutely not in my trade plan. The win rate is too low. And my business is not to guess what.
Brian, that 35 at the cars, I don't know if I addressed it earlier, makes no difference in the first half hour.
Very strong negative tick, pushed up to 0, and
now it doesn't mean. I want to make sure everyone understands. You look at that afterwards and go, "Oh, that's good. If it holds, it's a good low." But it doesn't mean anything just because it prints 35. It can keep printing 35 as long as it wants.
I want to advance this just a little bit because see right here on this bar. Okay, on this bar, I'm thinking. I'm going to get hit right here. This comes within a point and a tick.
Again, the problem here is the lack of negative tick. We need the broader market to sell to get aligned with these two. That's making this very difficult.
And when I get into the white zone,
they're not lined up.
I will consider taking ES because that'll be support for NQ.
Okay, so I'm highlighting this as a problem structurally. I don't know how they're going to resolve it, but these three need to get in line with each other.
What you're seeing going on here is I'm pointing out, hey, the tick is not negative. As a matter of fact, as we're getting more and more unhealthy, the broader market's actually getting healthier as we push through here. I'm thinking right here, I'm going to
get 71 here.
My fill, and then you're going to see here, it just reverses and slams up, and I've got nothing, right? I've got nothing to work off of, and let me advance it here. So at the end of the day on ES, I'm going to get one more shot at the end of the day because I end up with 5-minute tick divergence. But my next clean location, so understand the white zone's been tested from above, it's been tested from underneath. There's nothing for me to do here, right? It's already rejected below. My next zone is all the way up here at 24.40 and 3/4, right? Understand that's 20 points away from where we are right now, right? Long, long way. I'm not getting filled here. There's a lot of disappointment. So as a trading coach, what I want to point out here to people watching this video is this is a place where a lot of
PS popping pretty hard. Again, tick isn't cooperating to the downside,
right?
so
They get anxious. They try to make something work out of nothing, right? They start chasing the markets and they start
positive tick.
And I want to show you why that's important. So I have nothing here, right? And there's nothing to do, and I want to show you why that's important. Watch the price action that follows up here. Okay, we zoom all the way to the high, and what? Okay, so if we pause it at this point, right, everyone's thinking, oh my gosh, we've just V-shaped and we're going to go straight up. Now watch what happens, and we're going to fill the gap, right? Everyone thinks we're going to fill the gap, and notice there's no zone at the gap. There's volume point of control from Thursday, but there's no zone, so there's no trade for me here to take. And one of the things I emphasize in the room is the distinction between weak day trading locations and strong day trading locations. The white zone, I expected institutional help. Now, just because I expect it doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but it's one of the reasons why I have such a high win rate there is I do get institutional help from the white zones. They act as hot zones for me. They pay me repeatedly and often. I'm very eager to take them. Green zones are green because I don't think there's any institutional help. This is less than a green zone. There's just simply nothing here, and I'm going to show you what happens as we advance. But the first thing I want to show you is, let's say someone lost patience here and they decide to chase. Watch what happens to the P&L next, right? Now, I want to show something. When we come down here, they're expecting a break to a new high. Look how long they have to wait. Now, I want to pause. If you chased right here at 24.25, most retail traders trade with less than a 2-point stop, right? They're done. They're not going to make any money, right? If they are chasing up here and they get emotional, which we did not, I don't know anyone in the room who took a long from this location. If you get emotional, you just got smoked, right? I want to advance it again as I go through here. Look at the whipsaw that we proceed to go through. Imagine trying to make this work through here and just getting slammed up and down. Again, there's no location here for us to trade, and we're waiting. Our location's all the way up at 24.40. Now I want to show you something. As we push up, there's the wedge that was formed, right? Again, that's a scalping technique, and we want to see an upside break of this wedge, and you're going to see where that upside takes. And we want price action, and I'm not going to expand on this in this video, but I want to show you this bar that you're looking for. So see how it looks like we just had a downside break? Again, this is where having the bigger picture that I do not want to be short in the hole here, right? And then watch what happens next. You'll see that. Okay, so see this bar, this engulfing candle that takes place both on NQ and ES? That was the sign that we were about to take off. Now, my next location is 24.40. Let's go back because I just showed it. Let's see if I can find it. See that right there? That's 24.40.75. That's my next upside target. The next thing I want to show is that you had every retail trader try to short that open gap because they've seen all these websites. You know, there's gaptrader.com and super gap trader and mega super duper gap trader, right? It's all BS, guys. Gaps work about 50% of the time. It's not high enough of an odds to trade by itself. If you're a day trader, in my humble opinion, you're just going to get smoked. And I want to show what happened here, right? Look at the next 20 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes, you had people trying to short this, right? This is a horrible short location in my opinion. You've broken the first hour high. Buyers are in complete control here. And then you're going to see what happens to these guys. Here comes the execution. There's the execution. All those guys just get stopped. And you'll see here on this last push, there should be one more push right here. Again, we're not going to see it because I left for lunch. But we just missed this 24.40.75. It should come up here. There it is. I just missed it. What did I do with it? There we are. Okay, so you'll see on that bar right here, this is where I was looking for responsive sellers. We fell just shy of that. Guess what? That doesn't bother me whatsoever. Not one darn bit. Let me tell you why. I know when I get to that location, I probably have very good odds of getting a winning trade out of that location. I don't force my trades. I wait for the market to come to my location and to my setups, and I trade my odds. And that's what most of the members in the room do, and that's why we're able to repetitively repeat our success and build P&L, even in months in August when it's just slow and grindy like it is, right? We follow process. We expect losses to be part of the process, and we know that our winners will outnumber our losers and lead us to where we need to go because we keep the proper risk controls in place. Now I want to show you one thing. The only thing left for me to do here is on a pullback is to look for tick divergence. And in the room I did a group coaching session on tick divergence, and you'll see this is what this is all about. Going back to 2008, you see how I'm underlying where the tick divergences are taking place. And I'm doing this in the group coaching session here on tick divergence, right? And what you're going to see here in a minute as we get to 115, you're going to see me underline. Okay, so pause right there. See how I just underlined, or at 24.29.50, I just underlined, hey, there's tick divergence into the low, and we're holding the 62 retrace. I've put out videos on what perfect 50-60s back look like, and this is about as pretty as it gets. 5-minute tick divergence. I am looking for responsive buyers from 24.29.25. My scale is 24.32.25, and you're going to see what happens here next as we advance through. Takes about 20 minutes. Bounce around. 5, 10, 15. Not yet. 20, 25. There it is right there. Let me see if I can back it up just a hair. That move right there on that candle. See where we pushed to 24.30, 32. Everyone got filled 32 and a quarter, and I think on the next bar it actually went 32 quarter bid, right? And that was the 2 points we were able to take out of that trade right there. Now understand, I still ended the day down on ES, didn't get to profitability. I didn't follow process all the way through on Monday morning. Why? Because I thought we would push back up, and we did. It was very disappointing not to get the responsive buyers out of the white zone out of the gate. But understand my risk reward. I risked 4 points for the potential from 24.25 to push up to 24.50. I had a potential, 24.40. I had a potential 15-point trade for an exchange of 4 points worth of risk. That's good RR, guys. I followed my process. My plan is to take the white zone on first touch. I did. I accepted the consequences of that trade, that I have no control of the trade after I take it. Okay? And, right, then I broke process that would have given me a 2-point refund. That 2-point refund plus the 2 points on the tick divergence at the end of the day would have given me my 4 points. But here's the positive ledger of what I did. I didn't insist that the market was short. I didn't drink the Kool-Aid here when the market looked relatively weak and looked like a downside break. I did not drink the Kool-Aid that the market was going to push lower. Particularly tick was not getting weaker through the course of the day, right? And then I was prepared to take a short from 24.40.75, and it missed by about a point. No big deal. You want to know why? Because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the white zones will pop up, the yellow zones will pop up, and I will have plenty of trading opportunities to make plenty of money. I'm not a slave to the market, and neither is anyone in the room. We know the market will come to us. You too can learn how to do that, right? You can trade with discipline, not with a panicked mind, but with a calm mind, and be able to execute consistently, whether it's from scalping setups like the 5-minute tick divergence, right? Or from just simply taking the white zones, which are the highest odds locations that I have in my trading arsenal. Either way, the one thing I would encourage you in this is don't allow your account to blow up, right? Don't be a boom bust trader. Hold on to your gains. You should not be drawing down day after day. If you are, there's something wrong, in my opinion, as a day trader with your trading process. Stop, pause, refine, figure out what's going on, right? Market changes its rhythm about every 3 months, right? And what worked beautifully for 3 months before is not working at all. And that's what really throws off day traders. So my job as a coach, I serve twofold purpose, right? When I'm in the room during the day, my job is to read the price action and convey, stay on process, stay focused. Repetitive action of the same process will pay us, right? My job as a coach, whether I'm teaching someone how to scalp or more advanced trading techniques, or bringing them from taking losing emotional trades, right? My job as a coach is to understand where the hole is in their trading plan, whether it's emotional, psychological, or tactical, right? And help them sew up that hole so they're not hitting it. And man, I'm telling you, it goes like overnight. Not overnight as in, it seems like overnight once you finally get it. And once you get that rhythm right, it really feels like you're like, why was this so hard to begin with, right? It doesn't have to be hard, but you have to allow your account to percolate and grow. And then what you're focused on, in my opinion, is you should be focused on increasing contract size with reason, right? Following a plan, right? And that's backed up by your winning track record, right? And as you win more, it's easier to get more size on. And then instead of trying to, what I see so many day traders doing is going, well, I'm making some money, and if I just trade more, I'll make more. No. Stay with your high odds trades, right? Increase your trade size over time, right? An appropriate trade size relative to the amount of capital you're making and your win rate, right? And your ability to stay on plan, right? And then the money will flow to you. And I don't know who said it, but it was words of wisdom. I don't know anything that any physical asset I could not acquire as long as I followed my process day in and day out. Some famous day trader said it, wasn't me. I think that's totally true. I don't think there's anything you cannot acquire from a physical standpoint, physical asset standpoint. The market will pay you as much money as you want if you'll only follow process. So anyways, my name is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching. If you'd like to join us for 5 days for free, email me at tradeandperform@gmail.com. More than happy to extend a 5-day invitation. I charge $95 a month for both the mentor room, where I comment on the market throughout the day, and we once a week approximately we do a group coaching session, and I also do one-on-one coaching, although I'm totally booked there. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a great weekend. I hope everyone's making a lot of money. Let's go kill them again this week. Should be fun. Have a great evening, guys. I will see you all in the morning. Good night.